We are so excited that you've chosen to volunteer on Upstreet and our large group environment. We might be biased, but we think it's the most fun place to volunteer on a Sunday. I mean, where else? Are you gonna volunteer to have water gun wars with kids on stage, or surprise them as they bite into a caramel covered onion? Or see them jump and spin as they learn about God's unchanging truth through song, or have the Bible come to life with an 8-foot Goliath bursting through a door? Large group has it all. We're carrying the most important message of all time, that God loves us and that Jesus will change your life. And if we can deliver that message in unforgettable ways while kids are having fun, well then they're gonna keep coming back week after week. There are two main parts to the Upstreet experience. Large group, the 30-minute production with an onstage host and worship singers and a communicator, and then small group, the circle of kids that sit with a consistent leader each week who helps them explore and grow in their faith. The large group production is where kids hear truth and wisdom, but it's the small group circle where we believe life change happens. The purpose of large group is really to set up a small group leader to have great conversations about faith with those kids in their circle. If large group is fun, but the message isn't clear, then the small group conversations after the production are gonna be a little difficult. But if the large group production is fun, the worship energetic, and the communication unforgettable, then we've cleared the path for that small group leader to connect the dots on why God's truth still matters to a kid's everyday life and friendships. When large group volunteers knock their role out of the park, then we set up small group leaders to do the same. Upstreet is a team effort, and we need both large group and small group volunteers to make it an incredible environment. So, where does large group fit into the Upstreet experience? Well, I'll show you that using a tool we call the Rules of Engagement. The Rules of Engagement are a grid through which we design how we want all kids to experience the hour with us. The purpose of the Rules of Engagement is to capture the attention of every child from the time they walk into our doors until the time they walk out of our doors, whether it's their first time or 100th time with us. Think of it like a funnel. The beginning of the hour is the wide end of the funnel, where we're having fun and engaging every child no matter where they are in their faith journey. And throughout the hour, through games, activities, and a relationship with their small group leader, we work to earn their trust in order to move them to the smaller end of the funnel, where we have the influence to sit with them in a circle, open the Bible, and teach them who God is and how He wants them to live. The large group portion of the Upstreet Hour is the very middle of the funnel, moving kids from fun to truth to why that truth matters and how they can apply it to their life. The production is an important part of Upstreet, so we're gonna work hard to make sure that you feel equipped and comfortable in your role and you're able to succeed. As a production volunteer, you're gonna get the benefit of working with an incredible team. You gotta get to know these guys. Connect with them relationally, because serving will always be more fun when you're doing it with friends. Each large group environment will have a producer who will lead and encourage your team through every detail of a Sunday production. This team will be important as you encourage, support, and pray together each Sunday. As a production volunteer, it's important that every time you sit in that tech booth or you hit the stage, you execute that production as if that room of kids have never seen it before. Because one thing we know to be true is that every Sunday is someone's first Sunday. So serve each week with the same intention, same energy, and same excitement. Upstreet is a blast, and the large group production is a huge part. We could not be more thankful to have you on our team to help pull every Sunday together. Imagine a kid who walks out of church and says to their family, "I can't wait to come back to church next week." I don't know about you, but many of us probably didn't say that as a kid. But that's what you get to create. An experience each week that's fun, unforgettable, and creates a space where God moves through you to change the life of a child forever. Welcome to Upstreet. We're glad you're here.
Worship can be one of the most exciting parts of the Upstreet large group experience. Everyone's invited to get on their feet, move around, and sing as loud as they want. That room can shake with energy, but worship also acts as a shift from just having fun to hearing truth. This will be the first time a child is hearing truth on a Sunday, and they're hearing it in such a memorable way. How cool would it be for the songs that a child hears on Sunday to become their own personal anthem in their heads during the week? They can sing the songs in their bedrooms at night when they're scared, or on the bus when they need courage to do the right thing, or even in the car when they're just happy about their day. Think of worship as little bits of truth that can be popping into their head when they may need it most. Which is why we feel like worship is such an important part of Sunday, and why we want every singer to be successful when they hit the stage. So, here are 5 things we think create a great Upstreet production. The first thing is know your win. For worship singers, the win, or your main goal on stage, is to lead kids with energy and enthusiasm in worshiping God. Now, you may wonder why we want you to focus on leading with energy and enthusiasm over simply singing. Well, we want our kids to be actively engaged and to interact with what they're seeing and hearing. When a kid can connect to the energy on stage and begin participating, they'll connect to the truth of the songs. One way we amp up the energy and invite the kids to engage is by doing motions. Motions help kids stay engaged. We want these songs to become their anthems, and motions are a really good way to help those words stick. Plus, you and I both know that kids love to move around. In the rooms with older kids, you may not find motions that are as literal, but we're still wanting the kids to physically engage with the songs. So, you may do lots of jumping or fist pumps, or you may just go crazy dancing around. The key here is to have the kids moving to the music in an age-appropriate way. The next thing you need to be a successful worship singer is to come prepared. Your job is to be tireless for about 8 minutes. You're doing motions with a smile while singing. It's hard work that takes practice and preparation. When you're prepared though, it allows you the freedom to have more fun and energy on stage. On the flip side, if you're stumbling over the lyrics or unsure of the tune, it's really hard to have that confidence on stage shine through. Good preparation is critical to a good worship set. So, what's the best way to prepare each week? Well, it varies from person to person, but no matter what your system is for learning the songs, it's important to start early. Play it in your car or while you're getting ready in the morning. Also, think about what the lyrics of the song are really trying to say. That'll help prepare your heart when you're singing. Each week, you can listen to the songs and review motions using the app your production director can pass along to you. That way, you're ready to rehearse come Sunday. Coming prepared, knowing both your lyrics and motions is crucial. Which brings us to number 3, participate in rehearsal. Rehearsals matter and every minute counts. So it's important to show up on time and be ready to jump on that stage when your producer calls you up to sound check. Not only are we checking microphone and track volume levels, but you are also practicing with your team to make sure all of the motions are in sync. For example, if the motions call for a spin, are you all spinning the same direction? Or are you all holding your microphone with the same hand? These are the types of things you can work out during a good rehearsal. There may be some Sundays where you may not be able to rehearse both songs on stage, but don't let that stop you from rehearsing with your team. We encourage you to go backstage and run through any songs you didn't run through fully and rehearse any sections that you had trouble with so that you're ready to sing those songs when kids are in the room. That brings us to number 4, execute with excellence. It sounds simple, but one of the best ways to execute with excellence is simply by smiling and having fun. If you're having fun on stage, chances are the kids will be having fun in the audience. You'll see that we have 2 different roles on a worship team, a worship leader and a singer. The worship leader will set up the songs in an intentional way so that every kid knows the meaning behind the song, and then your team will preview some motions in the song. Kids and small group leaders are much more likely to join in if they have a heads up as to what's coming and know what's expected. Worship leaders also hype up the kids during the songs. They may preview a motion that's coming up like, get ready to jump, or let's get our hands up, which means it's okay if the worship leader doesn't sing every word of the song or do every motion. They should be hyping the crowd and inviting them to engage. And the singer's role would be to keep the song going vocally and with motions in order to free up the worship leader to keep the energy high. And finally, we want you to, number 5, anticipate feedback. One thing that we think is vital to production teams is feedback. We all want to get better at what we do. That's why it's important to be present for the sound check and run through, and also evaluate the whole production after it's over, so you can hear and give feedback and continue to get better each week. Feedback is so important, so anticipate it, ask for it, and give it. Now it's time to get that microphone in hand and hit the stage. And don't forget to have fun. See you on Upstreet.